Hey, today's topic is what our priorities are when we go into people's homes or businesses, especially people's homes though. You gotta remember, guys, when we go into people's homes, that's their space. That's their safe space. That's, they get stressed out at work, they're stuck in traffic, they're grinding just like we are. And when they go home, that's their space. And they have air conditioning to cool and make their space comfortable. That's where we come in. We want to make sure that keeps happening. So we're going to install it, we're going to fix it, we're going to change it out, we're going to maintain it, we're going to do all that. So what's important? How do we maximize that opportunity, I guess, if you will, to interact with the customer? One thing that we really have learned, been successful and learned how important it is it's pretty 101, but you see a lot of companies don't do it, is being presentable, being clean, being well-spoken, common sense manners, yes sir, yes ma'am, asking if I try to park on the street, if I have to park in their driveway, like if there's no street parking or wherever I park, unless it's on the street and I know it's okay, I'm going to ask them, hi, I'm Joe, I'm here to take a look at your AC today. Hey, I'm parked over here. Is that okay? Simple. Because a lot of times they're like, oh no, you know what? My son's coming home soon. Hey, I tell you what, let me move my car. Can you move over, park over here? That would make it a lot easier because my son's coming home in a half hour. I said, yeah, sure, no problem. Isn't that nicer than you being up in the attic and the son coming home and being like, freaking AC guy's in my spot. Now the son's getting out of the car. Mom, I need to move. Tell the AC guy to move. I mean, think about it. 10 seconds saved 10 minutes. Because again, I'm in their space. So I need to be cautious of that. We're big on drop cloths. Again, it's simple stuff, guys. Big on drop cloths. I tell our guys, there should be no excuse not to have clean, numerous drop cloths. I said, if you lose a drop cloth or it gets dirty, like too dirty, I mean, obviously we wash them, but I mean, like, say it just gets like hammered for whatever reason, burned or who knows, beyond repair, chuck it, get a new one. Like, it's not worth it. It's a drop cloth, right? So I just said, you guys, if you need more drop cloths, you want to get runners, you want to get different sizes for different applications, I'll go to Home Depot and get it for you. Basically my point is, as an owner, I don't want there to be any excuse. No excuse to be like, oh, I don't know, I didn't have a drop cloth, no excuse. We should be prepared to go in people's homes and be as clean as possible. Now, well, obviously we got a job to do, I mean, it doesn't always line up perfectly, but we're going to try our best to be clean, to be courteous, to be mindful of noise. If I got to turn on the wet vac and suck out a drain pan full of water, and I know, the customer's on the phone or there's little kids, I'm going to let them know, hey, I need to run the vacuum for a little bit. It might be a little loud. Is that okay? Or do you want me to wait a little bit or whatever? Most people are cool. And they'll be like, yeah, no worries. Go ahead. We'll go play in this room. Have my kids play in this room for a while. Most people are cool. Some aren't. That's a different video. But most people are cool. And so it's funny, like we've gotten most of our praises after the job. We'll get really good emails or just verbal compliments, phone calls sometimes the next day. Every time. That's one of the highlights that people say, your guys were clean, professional, and polite. That's it. Now, I think we do excellent work. We have good standards. We do good work. I really know we do. But it's funny, that's what people key in on. They say, man, your installers were fantastic. Or your service tech was fantastic. Clean, professional, polite. That's it right there. You know what you're doing when you do that? You gain trust in people. You're telling them, hey, your home is important to you, it's also important to me. Your air conditioning is important to you, it's also important to me. That's what you're telling them. And it works. It really does. It works. It really helps build that trust. Now, Our installers come in, do a good job. They're clean, they're professional. Our service techs come back a year later. They're doing routine maintenance. They're clean, they're polite, they're professional. Now, when I got to condemn an evaporator coil year 4 or 5, which it shouldn't be leaking by then, but it is. You guys know how the way things are built now. They're not real happy about it. I'm not happy about it. And I say, I'm so sorry. We got a leaking evaporator coil. You know what? They may not be happy, but they trust me. They're not thinking I'm going to rip them off, and I'm just trying to, oh, you didn't install it right, or oh, what'd you do wrong, and none of this crap. They're like, oh man, okay, well, let's do what we got to do. We got to keep it running through the summer. Yep, go ahead and get it on order. That's the answer you're going to get, is that. Versus if you're not polite, you don't care, you park in their driveway without asking, you don't use a drop cloth, you don't do the little things. Now on those 50-50 jump balls, like you got a leaking evaporator coil at year 4, you do a maintenance, a month later the motor dies. We know as techs that stuff happens, right? You did a maintenance last month, next month the ECM motor craps out. We know that's not the technician's fault. They don't know that. They think, oh, you missed it. But on those 50-50 jump balls, if you already have trust and assurance, they'll be like, oh man, yeah, no, I know, it's motors just break, go ahead and can we get it going? Yep, we have the part here, let's go ahead and get it in tomorrow. I'll send someone out, we'll get it covered under parts warranty. We'll just charge you a little bit labor, no call for the diagnostic callback, because it's a 30 days. Within 30 days of our maintenance, we don't charge for anything that happens within 30 days. We don't charge for the diag to come back. So anyways, very important. Being clean, polite, professional will do wonders for building your business, gaining trust in your clientele. Customer gets taken care of. You don't take heat from people that don't trust you, and you make more money. People are willing to open up their pocketbook and not basically question you when you say, hey, I need to charge you this to do the proper repair. So it's a win-win-win all around with those 3 things, guys.